Yo, yo, what's happening?
What's happening, family?
What's going
Hello,
on?
hello.
No gun zone in the
I got I got a
building.
I got a few seconds. I'm gonna try to tap in a little later. It's probably
Okay.
like in the next 15 minutes.
All right, that's a
Got a
bet.
few
That's a
seconds,
bet.
try
That's a
do my
bet.
1-2 thing. You know what I'm saying? Run it up for y'all a
Absolutely.
little bit.
Absolutely.
You
You
know
already know
Yeah.
how we get down. You know what I mean? Um,
exactly.
we always appreciate having no gun zone in the building, man. Broadening our platform, allowing us to spread the. Don't give me nothing. Allowing us to, get an opportunity to just share some of our experiences and have a platform for other people that's looking to be in relationships or marriages or looking to date or whatever the case may be. So, it's definitely kosher. It's definitely something that's good for the community. You know what I mean?
Right.
And without further ado, one of the things that we're discussing today in terms of relationships is the impacts of the lack of transparency in a relationship. You know what I mean? So that was one of the topics that quite a few people had tapped in on, the conversation of transparency. You know what I mean? And what it can do to your relationship when you're not giving total disclosure about different topics or different issues that, you may have in a relationship. So, Cherie, you can start us off just with our intro, and then, if you want me to go first, I can go first.
So my name is Cherie,
And I'm Jamal.
and we have been married for 12 years. It's been a rocky 12 years into the pandemic hit, and things changed for us. Things began to look a little different, and we were able to understand and mend and fix a lot of different things that were going on in our marriage. So we decided to start this platform to give people the opportunity to get a better understanding of where they at in their life, as far as their relationships or their marriages. We all go through hard times, but we all can figure it out together. So, today's topic again is the impact of lack of transparency in a relationship or a marriage.
All right, so
So you can go first, Jamal.
all right, all right. So now you got to help me out sometimes with some of these topics. So the impacts of the lack of transparency in a relationship. So give me an example of like the impact of like the lack of transparency, and it don't have to be like, it could just be any example, just so it can kind of get me a better understanding.
Um, so the lack of transparency can be like you're not being honest of where you at mentally in your relationship or in your marriage. Um, not being either concerned about how somebody else is going to feel about the situation instead of just being honest with yourself and that person. And when you tend to hide things or not be clear on things, it causes a lot of problems and situations in relationships, because instead of you saying I'm unhappy or I didn't like the way you handled a certain situation, it's like you'll let it build up and then it turns ugly either in the long run or right then and there in the beginning of the relationship. So it's better to just share how you feel, what you want, what you need in that moment, because it can help somebody get a better understanding of you and where you at mentally in that moment of the relationship.
So all right, so my I guess my take on this is like, so I grew up in a household, and even in a family that really wasn't very transparent. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things when I was coming up was kind of like hidden that was going on within my family. You know what I mean? And some of it, a lot of it, I honestly feel I'm glad that some of the things that was going on I didn't know about. You know what I mean? Just like as a child, some of that stuff helped me to just keep a certain amount of innocence. So, you know what I mean? For me, I grew up like being like selective of how transparent I was about certain things, because I felt that sometimes not having transparency, or not disclosing everything, you know what I mean, is it you know it for me, like it kind of it protects people to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like how I was raised. Like it was things about like my family that I didn't really realize until as I was an adult. You know what I mean? And when I really think about it, I'm like, I didn't necessarily need to know that when I was, when I was younger. You know what I mean? Some of those things, I'm glad it was kind of shielded from me. So for me, transparency, you know what I'm saying, is a good thing and it's a great thing. But I think like it's, you know, you gotta like still think about if that person either can handle it or if the transparency is going to be beneficial or detrimental. Because sometimes you can be transparent about something, um, that I'm saying, that could do more harm than good. So I feel in terms of, what I mean, transparency, I think that for me it is gauged based on how I feel like either the mental space of the person that I'm messing with or I'm talking to, or or the maturity of the person that I'm with, that they can handle, what I'm saying, whatever that conversation may come with. And just knowing that person, because some people will say they want transparency but they really can't handle, what I'm saying, transparency. And you may have had a person that you've had other instances with which you being transparent or being completely honest with, and it wasn't received well. And sometimes you can gauge it and say, you know what, I get that, what I'm saying, transparency is a good thing, but in some instances it doesn't work for this person or this situation. So to me, transparency is good, but
Your
then
phone is covered up.
it's covered. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, transparency is good, based on the situation. You know what I mean? It's always good to be honest and all of that, but um, you know what I mean. It doesn't always get received well, and it doesn't always benefit. You know what I'm saying, a situation to me. So that's my thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on it?
Mm, I mean, I think that we need more of the transparency. You can't be concerned about what effect it's going to have on somebody, how that person is going to feel, what this person is going to think, because that be the issue in the long run, because people are not being honest about a lot of different situations. And if this is the person that you plan on spending your life with or having a future with or whatever, you would want to feel comfortable to share whatever, to make that person feel comfortable in the relationship, because nobody wants to hear about something that they could have heard from their partner or their spouse. You want to hear it from your spouse or the person that you're building a relationship with. And I think that a lot of times, in relationships, it don't last because you a person is just telling you what they feel like you want to hear instead of being honest, and then something happens and it's like, oh no, that's not what it was, but you knew what it was from the beginning. And instead of you just being honest and like, even if it's not like super bad, it doesn't have to necessarily be bad all the time, but it's just best to tell somebody who you with, what's going on, just so they can have a clear understanding. So if it does come about in the long run, it's like, okay, I already knew that. Like, they won't look at you no type of way. They're not going to feel like you're hiding anything. They're not going to look at it like you're a liar or you're not honest. So it just depends.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
feel like for me, for the transparency, like, if y'all building a friendship, then that's what you want. You want to be able to tell your partner or whoever you with, like, listen, this is what's going on with me. This is how I feel. And, hope for the best moving forward in the relationship. If this person cares about you, they're not going to judge you. They're going to respect the fact that you're honest with them, you're transparent with them, and they're not going to use it against you in the long run because you were honest with them. You didn't lie to them.
yeah.
Some people can't handle the truth, I feel like that's why it's like, well, I don't think we should be transparent, to a certain degree with some things, and then later on down the line it bites you in the butt. all because you didn't want to just be honest, which you knew, like, you know what the situation is, but you rather not say because you're too busy thinking like, oh, well, I don't want them to be looking at me funny, or I don't want them to feel no type of way, or I don't want to hurt their feelings. But depending on where y'all at in your relationship, why not? If it's not hurting, if it's not going to hurt them, or it has nothing to do with them per se, but this is the person that you plan in the future with. So it's like, why not just tell them the truth
Yeah,
or be transparent?
so I've had
Because it bites a lot of people in the butt. Like,
yeah, I've
you
had,
looking crazy.
I've had experience where I've been honest with somebody, and I've had an experience where I've
Your
been
phone
honest
breaking
with
up.
my. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
your phone just breaking up. I
Uh-huh.
can hear you.
All right, so um, I've had an experience too where I was honest with somebody that I cared about, and like it really kind of it kind of fucked their head up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like me being honest with them, and and for a long time it kind of like I saw whereas though like our relationship was like it got different because it was like that person when I looked at them it was almost like they was afraid of what I was capable of saying. You know what I'm saying? I could kind of see it. It was like a weird vibe for a little while. We gotten past it, you know what I'm saying? But it was like for a little while, they was like a little nervous at what I had the potential to say because when I was honest with them about something and it really hurt their feelings. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't like that. And you know, it's easy to say, oh well, hey, you was honest, you know what I mean? You did your part, you know what I mean? But like I feel like for somebody that I care about is also a way like I also feel like I should be protecting them in a certain type way. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not only am I'm going to be selective about what I tell them, whether it's the truth or not. I'm definitely going to like work on how I say it and things of that nature because, like, honestly, we all do get impacted by words, whether they, you know what I'm saying. And it's like I think what needs to be done is just like more of
Your
us
phone breaking up.
I think what for me, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate when somebody takes time and thought on how they're going to present even the truth to me. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't, you know, you can still, I'm not saying just walk around lying, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. But I think you should evaluate the people that you've been honest with. Some people say they want the truth, but truly cannot handle it. And, you know what I'm saying, that really can mess some people up with the direct truth. You know what I mean? And you know, it has to be a thing where you prepared to accept the truth. Are you? Here's the question: like, all right, we want transparency, but can you handle the truth? You know what I mean? Not only can you handle the truth, but what's your response to the truth? Can you digest it well? Do you lash out? Are you going to reject everything? Are you going to deny everything? Are you going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, not accept it because then that's another thing. You know, I'm wasting time by telling you a straight up truth if you're not even going to accept, you know what I'm saying, that I'm being genuine and honest with you. You like you should be able to receive it then. And then, you know what I'm saying, say, okay, he's being honest with me. He's not trying to be he's not trying to be hurtful. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to receive this and I'm going to make adjustments because this is my partner or this is, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But a lot of times they don't go down like that. What happens a lot of times is, you know what I mean, I could be honest or somebody could be honest. I'm going to just say in general, somebody could be honest. And then is a defensiveness that kicks in. And then it's like, well, I'm like this because you like that, because you did this to me, or because this, or because that, or no, that's not true. And it's like, you know, sometimes it's hard to even be honest with a motherfucker because they won't even accept the honesty. So, you know, like it's like I said, I'll gauge it. It's some people that I can really be honest with, you know what I mean? And I could be very transparent with. And those are people that are normally transparent themselves. Like I got there's a couple homies I know that's just like they just straight transparent, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know that's how they was raised, that's just how they are naturally. And so I could just give it to them straight. But some people, you know what I'm saying, I know from either my experiences with them or seeing their engagements and interaction with other people, they're not really ready for the complete, you know what I'm saying, the complete picture. They just cannot handle it. So, like, if you care about somebody, and this is just my opinion, I ain't no psychologist, none of that. But my opinion is if you care about somebody, when you are making a decision to have a discussion with them about something that's a complicated conversation, you should really be thinking about that before you present it to them. And you should be weighing in on what type of person they are, what they can handle based off of you knowing. Like, you know people, you know some people really can't take the truth. They'll say to you all day why wasn't you honest to this, that, and the third, but some people they can't. You know what I mean? And I think it's important that if you care about somebody, that you do weigh in on the type of person they are, because some people they're not going to learn a lesson, even if you tell them the truth right then and there. You're going to do more damage than good to their ego, to their confidence, to who they are. You know what I mean? To their foundation. Like I said, I was honest with, you know what I'm saying, somebody in the past that I care about, and it like really made them like change as a person. Like they almost like was questioning who they were. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to make that type of impact, and I didn't feel good about it because it seemed like, you know, it kind of took something away from them, and it took something away from our relationship, you know what I'm saying, that we, you know, gotten over time. And at that moment, the timing wasn't even right, I don't think. And I didn't know it. At that moment, I'm being honest with somebody, but I didn't know that they were going through something personally. They were going through already, you know, a crossroad in their life. And I'm sitting up here, you know, thinking, hey, I'm just going to be honest about XYZ. I'm going to just give it to them raw. And that's like an arrogant, to me, at times, that can be an arrogant perspective. Well, I'm going to just say tell it how it is. And it's like have some tact, have some like understanding that words can hurt, situations, you know what I mean, can impact people. And sometimes they're not ready for it. Sometimes you don't even have the right words to say it the right way. Like, you should be thinking about how you're presenting the truth, especially if it's a complicated truth to somebody. You know what I mean? That really can change things. And again, like so for instance, even like, and this is just an example, let's just say you telling somebody something about, you know what I mean, I'm not even gonna give an example at this point because I want to hear what you got to say, Cherie. But ultimately, what I think is it's just not that cut and dry. You know what I mean? For me, I wasn't raised that way, and you know what I'm saying, I think at times I sit back and I appreciate it, but I think you have to be selective of when you tell the truth, how you tell the truth, and evaluate you know, who you're talking to, and especially about, you know what I'm saying, like complicated, you know what I mean, difficult, hard to have conversations with people.
It's going to be uncomfortable. It's never going to be easy, but that's the reason why a lot of relationships go bad, because instead of the person being honest, even when the person they're with is asking them in that moment, yeah, of course, nobody can take bad news. That's just a fact. Man, woman, nobody. But it's best to just tell that person what's going on than keeping them in the dark, because the darkness always comes to light. Always. And then it bites the person in the behind, because it's like, darn, like they thinking about those times and those conversations, like I could have just said something. But then you make matters worse by not saying anything at all. And that's what hurt. That's what makes it hurt more, because even though the person is saying, hey, you know, just tell me the truth, and you may feel like they can't handle it. I know them. You can't do that, because then when your darkness come to light, what answer do you have for the person then? What do you do then? Oh, well, no, I didn't tell you because of this. Now you done made it 20 times worse. You done destroyed them more. And it's like, you sometimes with certain situations you cannot think about that. Like, you gotta look at, how much do you truly care about this person? And you have to be honest. Like, you just got to be honest. Like, sometimes people don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations, and that is the problem. That is the problem with us. It's like, okay, you did it. It's done. The damage is already done. So no matter if you say it today, it's going to come out tomorrow. So what are you going to do when your darkness come to light? All because you walking around with this secret that you don't want to tell the person that you say that you care about. It could be anything. It don't necessarily have to be cheating. It could be something that's just detrimental that could affect your future in any way, shape, or form. But why not say nothing? You can't be concerned about all the time, well, this person can't handle the truth. Nobody can handle the truth. Nobody. It's nobody in the world that can handle the truth. But it's better for it to come from the person that you care about, or it to come into light from somebody else who don't like you. Because most negative stuff always come out by somebody who already don't like you. The things that you're not sharing, it always come out by somebody that don't like you. You gotta just keep it a bean, no matter if nobody like it or not, no matter how their feelings are, no matter, you can't be concerned about that, because you can really hurt somebody, and somebody can really get hurt because you're so concerned about what you think they can't handle.
So,
And I
like,
mean,
like, yeah. So y'all don't have anybody out there like, and it's just like to the people. And then I had like an example possibly, but anyway, you ever had somebody that you just
yeah, because
like,
when somebody got something over you, it's a horrible feeling to know like that person that don't like you shares something that you like, damn, I could have just told the person I was with, and I wouldn't have to deal with that backlash. And it can really hurt you, like big time. And it could have been something that happened years ago. But you like, they not gonna be able to handle it. Even when you had the opportunity to tell them then, it was like, nah, I can't, because I don't want to mess up the situation I'm in. We in a great place, this and that. You thinking about all of these things, but it can hurt your future later. And the person that you with probably really wouldn't be able to handle to find out like it was old and you never said nothing and you walked around and just sat in my face and didn't tell the truth. Like, especially if it really didn't have nothing to do with them. It could have just been something you had a conversation with that person and shared with that person. And y'all could have figured it out moving forward.
so
I'm cool.
so like, no, that I definitely agree with that, because um it is deep, because I think sometimes we follow we follow like a mode where it's like people that we don't care about, we could be completely honest with, because like, you know what I mean, I could care less how you really feel. You know what I mean, this is my truth, this is what it is, this is transparency, whatever. But it's like sometimes the people that we care about the most is the ones that we're dishonest to. And you know what I mean, for whatever reason. Sometimes it might be, you know what I mean, to protect how they feel about us. Sometimes it could be, we feeling like we're protecting their feelings, you know what I mean? But it's interesting how we could be like completely transparent with somebody that we don't know, and then we'll, what I'm saying, lie to the people that's right next to us that, we suppose that we love the most, you know what I mean? So that's definitely interesting, like, perspective on it. And it depends on, like, how people are raised, because it's not always a thing too where because somebody didn't say anything that they're trying to hide something, because there's times where it could be a complicated ass situation. Let's just say it's not you, let's just say it's your girlfriend or something like that. Let's just say, I don't know, you know what I mean, you see her guy, you know what I mean, with somebody, I don't know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, something like that. And, it's certain times where you just like, you know what, like, and let's just say that her boyfriend is real close with you. You know what I mean? He's real close with you, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And you might have known him first, and then you met her. She's cool. Y'all got cool or whatever. And it might not even be a situation. And there's times where you're like, yo, I'm definitely not trying to be malicious, but I don't want to be the person to put some shit out there to throw their whole shit off. Like, I don't want to personally be that person. And sometimes you can be like, I just kind of want to stay out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, whatever happens in the dark will come to the light, if that's what it is. Because from what I think I seen old boy with some random chick, XYZ or whatever. This is just an example. I don't want to be the one to have to break it to her. You know what I'm saying? I just want to stay out of it. So it's times where people aren't not being transparent because they're necessarily trying to lie or trying to hide something, but sometimes they don't want to be the bearer of bad news. They don't want to be the person that has to present, you know what I'm saying, something that could destroy or be devastating to somebody's household. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's to me, it's not just black and white. You know what I mean? I'm never going to just take it black. I'm not gonna say never, but where I'm at right now, I just don't see an issue. I think it's something that needs to be evaluated, because here it is, you might be passing some information along that could be something that can be breaking up a household, you know what I mean? And you don't really know details, you don't know, you know what I'm saying, all the things that go into it. So I don't know, it's just, you know what I'm saying, I agree
Yeah, but
that.
sometimes it's not just relationships though. It may not have to be you dealing with nobody. People not transparent about their financial situations. They're not transparent about that. Your back can be against the wall and you have no clue until something happens, and then everything starts shutting down because the person that you with is not being transparent about what's really going on. So it doesn't have to necessarily be cheating or involving another person. Like, life, people are just not transparent what's going on in their life in general with the person that they're with. You can't be afraid to share wherever you are in your life. If you having a hard time and you got this person that you with, you should be able to talk to this person, because you never know where they can help you at. Like, you have each other for a reason, and somebody is going to lack somewhere. But if you're not being transparent about where you're lacking, and if you can't be transparent about where you lacking with the person that you with, now we got to take a look at who you with now. Because if you can't say, listen, I got this bill and it done caught up with me. I thought I had it under control. I don't. I lost control. And now this bill done got so out of control that now you got to tell your spouse or the person that you with, this is about to happen. We're about to lose this. We're about to lose that. Instead of just being transparent with the person that you with to say, listen, I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time right now. I need your help. Can you help me figure this out? And y'all figure it out together, because that person can really help you get out of that jam that you're in. So it's not just involving like another person. Like, some people are just not transparent in their life, period. And they think they got all the answers and can figure it out, and they can't. And sometimes that can cause commotion in your household or in your relationship, because you be like, Dad, why you didn't just tell me? I don't like, how hard is it for you to just tell me? You can't be concerned about if the person can handle it or if they can't handle it. You can't be concerned about that when it's serious situations such as finances. Finances are very big in a lot of relationships, and if you're doing this together, you gotta say something. You know what I mean? Because you just never know. Like, you be like, oh, all right, I got you. I can figure it out. You know what I mean? So what's going on? Who we need to talk to or whatever. So it's not just, relationships as far as like dating or messing around with somebody. It'd be like real life stuff that people are not being transparent about, and it causes backlash from in your whole entire relationship because you couldn't be honest with that person you with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense from that perspective. I think with that, it also depends on, what you like, how you were raised, you know what I'm saying, and the trust level that you have with your partner, you know what I mean? Because you can, again, like, depending upon your trust level is going to depend upon a lot of times what you think you can, discuss with your partner or whatever the case may be too. So, and then with some people, like I said, depending upon how you was raised, it may take you years for you to really, um, it might take you years for you to understand, you know what I mean, how important transparency is or partnership is. Let's just say you were single, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of time and you used to doing things, you know what I'm saying, a single way. You might not be used to doing everything, making decisions or whatever with a partner, you know what I mean, within a partnership or whatever the case may be. So it takes time for people to develop that understanding. And each partner is different. So for the partner that they with now, like, you know what I mean, you might be somebody that's big on transparency and they have to make that adjustment, but they might go into a relationship, you know what I'm saying, afterwards or whatever, or the relationship before that. Transparency wasn't a big issue, you know what I'm saying? Where, it wasn't a thing where it was about putting all your information out there. Because I mean, ultimately, like, when you are with somebody, you have to share a lot, but a lot of that shit is like super personal stuff that you typically like never, what I mean, you might not ever tell somebody, either how much you make, how much is in your bank account, or bills that you know what I'm saying, that you, let's say you fall behind the bill or something like that. Like, that's those things are things that, you know, a lot of adults, aren't open with sharing with people, even when they get in relationships. I know people that's been married for years and, what I mean, they don't have a joint account or ever like even question, what I'm saying, like each other's finances, or get into detail rather about certain things like that. So I guess that part, depends on that partnership. For some people, is more important that they, express like the financial, piece and things like that. But like I said, that's something that's like for years. You can for years not tell nobody. You will work with a motherfucker and y'all damn near got the same position. You know what I'm saying? And you be leery about telling them. You know what I mean? You make 20.75 or something like that. You know what I mean? You know good and well they probably make the same thing. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I think we do need to have a broader understanding on like how to be partners, because a lot of times we are used to being either independent or single, or with just a mindset of I'm gonna take care of me. I'm gonna make sure I hold me down. I'm not going you know ask nobody for no help. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. So when you have a partner, what I mean, like you said, you got the right one, and they're like, yo, like, let me know what's going on. Like, what you got going on, and genuinely mean it. Sometimes it's hard for people to even grasp it and accept it. You know what I mean? And some people have got things thrown in their face, so they really don't want to share things with what I mean, share things with people. So I mean, I get where you're coming from. You know what I mean? I definitely do. But that's, I think, in a lot of relationships, that's probably going to definitely take some time to for people to kind of get that concept, like fully embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, that financial is a big issue for a lot of relationships because people too busy trying to be secretive or portrayed to have things under control. And in all reality, we don't have everything under control. And sometimes where you're lacking, somebody's able to help you and support you through whatever because they may know how to handle situations better. And there's nothing wrong with that. And some people don't know how to admit, like, I'm not good at that. And I know I'm not. You know what I mean? They want to keep up this, oh, I got it under control. I got it under control. But they're sinking. They're sinking at their feet. Every time you turn around, is stuff going on and they can't handle it. So it's like, is if you have somebody that like you see them for the most part handling whatever they need to handle on their part, it's better to just say, listen, I need help. I need your help, and not be concerned about what you think they're going to think, because that means you don't really know them then. Because if you're in a relationship with somebody, that person is supposed to be able to help you and support you through thick and thin. Because hard times, through sickness and health, death do us part, all that stuff means something, especially when you marry. Relationships might be a little bit different. You handle the things a little different until you get to the marriage point. But, is, richer or poor, like, that's real. You're supposed to be able to hold each other down through all those times. So if you can't, you need help, Scott. I'm crying. I just tapped you in, brother. Where you at? But if you can't have a conversation with somebody that you plan on spending your future with about financial, then that's a problem. That's a serious, serious problem. So, I think us as people, we need to get better with that, and, just be honest with ourselves. Like, I can't do it. Listen, I don't know how to fix nothing. Like, it's same thing with cooking. Like, that's another thing. Being transparent. Don't be in there ordering these meals every night. You getting it all, making it seem like you know what you're doing. Then on reality setting, you be like, oh snap. So listen, right? I really don't know how to, instead of just telling the truth, like, you don't know how to do it. But we just got to get better with just being honest with each other. And it's not necessarily always about, involving another person in a relationship. It just could, you just not being transparent about you and the person that you with at that time. You just not telling the truth. So, we got to do better. We got to do better.
Where's Scott at?
So,
Scott, tap in. Tell us
I
how you
just,
feel about this transparency thing, man.
I just,
So if on the transparency thing, so Scott,
hey Scott,
Yo, what's up? What's up?
what up?
What's
What
up?
up?
How
What
y'all
up?
doing?
how you doing today, brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Chilling.
Hey Scott, so tell me how. So the topic is the impacts of the lack of transparency in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So Cherie's perspective is, pretty much be transparent. Even if it's a difficult conversation, be straight up from the rip about things that's going on because it can bite your ass in the long run. And my perspective is, what I mean, be selective about who you being
Much
transparent
ass.
to and how you being transparent to them because what I mean, it can impact that relationship, and sometimes being transparent
I
it can
think it
do
knocked
more
him.
harm than good. Oh, it's John went down.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, even just to the people, it's like some things, what I'm saying? Some things I think we all done been to a situation where like, I'm just stay out of it. Like, I'm not getting in between some certain people's personal things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know, what I mean? Like, when it comes to, and this could be people that we love or whatever, sometimes it's like, it's not for you to be the person to be transparent about stuff. And that's all I was saying. Like, some things, it really is not, it's either not your business, you know what I'm saying? Or, is best to stay away from because when it comes to people in their personal lives and whatnot, like that can spin everything on you. That's another thing too. We're not talking about the spin out when you transparent with a friend or something about something that you observed or whatever about somebody that they care about, they mate or whatever, and then it turns around on you, whereas though they mate start being like, oh dang, she said that about me. I don't even want you around, shorty, or whatever. So, I
I
mean,
mean, even with friends, for me, for friends, if my friends can't tell me the truth, then we ain't friends. Cause I don't got friends that I just met last week. So for me, for my friends, I mean, I would prefer them to be straight up with me, about whatever. Um, and just deal with it, whatever. And I think I would feel better if my friends was transparent, but I mean, everybody is different. Scott,
What's up? So we talking about the lack of transparency in relationships.
and
That can
marriages
be
too.
friendships, marriages, or what?
Yeah, all the above.
I think it's just about the person, man. Like the level of what can I say, comfortability. How
Mm-hmm.
comfortable are with that person. I think most people will be more transparent with their friends than their lover. And like somebody they was dealing with, like their boyfriend or girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I think because the consequences ain't the same. That's what I think.
That's a good
Real
point.
shit. No, real shit. And I
That's a
Yeah.
think
fact.
because you gotta think. I think you tend to omit things more to like your partner or like I mean somebody that you with because you gotta think like I don't know. Somebody probably try. Just I'm trying to think of it. You don't tell them. You ain't gonna tell them anything. Like you know what I mean. But your friend, you probably like, so you know, nigga try to hit on you. You ain't gonna tell them all that. Like you know what I mean. You probably tell your girlfriend like, oh, this nigga, he was fine. Da, 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 da. He tried to talk to me. That don't get like that, Sheree. Something like that.
I
She starts
would tell
squinting her
him, but
eyes
go
up.
ahead.
Like, come on, Nick. Yeah, man. I know a nigga spirit already try to crack on you. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
So you feel
spirit.
me?
I'm
No, I said
crying.
a nigga in spirit try to crack on you. But no,
You
that's what I'm
laughing a
saying.
little
Like
too
you.
hard.
Not that spirit.
You laughing a little too hard.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like you know
This
what I mean,
guy
like
is hilarious.
this. You know how to come in with dumb shit. But yeah, man.
I
Seriously though,
know.
that's the only thing I think. I think some people, man, like no, I think with your friends you be more transparent with than your lover.
Hi, Ish.
Ish.
Oh my God, I'm ready to get off.
The
I'm about to
dead
get off.
and scat.
What's up, Skeezer? What you doing on here?
Sheree put I said I
I
joined.
tapped her in.
Oh, all right.
Ain't a lot of
Okay.
people I'll participate today.
Okay.
hmm
Oh.
Let's hear some of that
So,
wisdom, Ish. You know we got like a good
Look,
perspective.
like transparency, I try to keep it a bean with everybody. Like that's like my new shit. Cause it looks good anyway. That way, I feel like I keep like fake motherfuckers away too, right? When you're 100% authentic, a lot of motherfuckers can't take it, right? So I'm cool with like 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. As far as a meet, yeah, I try to like keep it a bean, but we don't we not on every mortal. I'm just gonna be real. Like I ain't saying like be out here in dishonor, but ain't nobody telling every little thing that can like cause like insecurities and things like that. But I will say, you shouldn't be out in dishonor. I'll say that much. As far as friends, what you said more about like minding your business, I'm big on minding your business, right? Because you be done said something and they'll repeat it and you look like the bad guy. Them two people be together and you be on the outs. Mind your
Yep.
business.
Yep. Yep. And,
So
and,
my
hmm
policy be more direct and honest about things that directly affect you. Everybody else, sometimes you gotta learn a blind eye because sometimes that's not the bad.
mm-hmm. No,
No,
that's a fact.
I ain't gonna say nothing. What the fuck they do? Go back and tell somebody right what you told.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sister, I want to know. If I ask, I want to know.
I
Fuck
already
that.
know better than
Yeah, fuck that.
that.
Fuck that.
right.
Bro.
Fuck
Certain
that. I
things
don't want to be too blind. Fuck that. I want
Okay.
to know. I
because
would be sick.
I
I
need
would
a
be
yeah,
light.
sick.
Show me the light.
but
I
you know
Show
would be
me the
sick.
light.
I think, no, like what you was saying, East, right? Because you know we had these conversations from time to time. You be saying you mind your business. Like me personally, I pride myself on not giving up. I don't want to give up my plug. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm.
if I get information, I don't care if it's about my daughter. I don't care who it's about. I don't want to kind of sort of drag that person in it. You feel what I'm saying? So you got like dance around a certain kind of way until try to extract what you
Mm-hmm.
want from the offending party. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's kind of tough. But because you know how some people when you'll be like, like y'all know how some people be like, just like, all right, I'm gonna say this, if I tell Maul, yo, I seen Cherie XYZ, then Maul go back and like, yo, Keith said, I'm like, Maul, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's when it's like, and then Maul gonna fuck around and be mad at me for telling him, then cut me the fuck off. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I understand when some people be doing that, but
Yeah, I'm big on I'm
for all parties involved, let me know. Pull my fucking coat, yeah.
but then it gets to the point, right?
Put
You
my
put
face in the shit. Let me
folks
know.
and they still being boo boo
Okay.
the fool. Like
Yeah.
I can't get around for that.
That's another thing.
Well, boo boo fools be out your control, Ish.
Yeah, but that's why you just mind your
Yeah.
business, because then that way, for conversation, you don't know nothing. That's it. Like motherfuckers are willfully ignorant and things. Like me personally, I can't stomach that type of stuff. So me just knowing me, minding my business, more so keeps the peace
Yeah.
for me, because it's me over you when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't keep having the same conversations.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because some people will be honest with your shit, but don't be honest about their shit. Like some people intentions be off too. They can't wait to find out something so they can be the first person to be the bearer of bad news. You gotta be careful about that too. My nigga,
Yeah.
you're not being transparent. You're trying to fuck somebody's shit up. It's a difference. And that's why I said sometimes, you know what I mean, with the people you care about, you do, you know what I'm saying, mind your business about certain things. And like Cherie said, what's going on in the dark will come to the light. But I don't have to be the motherfucker to tell you, you know what I'm saying, about it. Like you're going to find out whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm not big on that, you know what I'm saying? That's not, you know what I mean? I don't like that. And like I said, some people do it from a bad place where they like to see drama. They want to see your shit fail. They can't wait to tell you about some negative shit. And that be my thing too. Why is you so fucking happy to tell me some bad news? You know what I'm saying? Truth or not. Like what the fuck? So
Yeah, that's real.
I be kind of leery about that too. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, sometimes with some people, it's just certain information that you know that another person know that just might one day decide to share if they on a whole nother level with you in your relationship. So that's what I mean. It doesn't have to be like every little thing, but certain things that you just know. Let me just go ahead and just say what I gotta say, because I would hate for so and so who don't like my ass to just drop a whole bomb and I just decided to just not say anything, and then they looking at you like, well, why you didn't tell me? And especially if they know that you don't have the best of the best relationship with the person. They know. So in the moment, you're not thinking like they had their own little hidden agenda. They trying to mess up your situation. You just thinking about, well, why the F you ain't tell me?
Yeah. But it's
And
levels
why
to,
so and so?
I
Huh?
think it's levels, right? Like when it
Yeah.
like me, like I got all my friends that I don't got any. Most of the people that I know is like can part everybody. So it depends. Certain shit, certain people can't even tell me. You it ain't nothing you really can.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can get to that. Well, you know what I'm saying? For one, I'm like secretive for the most part anyway. So let out what I really want to let out. So if you know something, like if you know something, I really fuck with you. Ain't nothing you can really tell me.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask y'all a question, right? What do you think about as far as like, I know y'all talking about like in a negative way, but like in a positive way, like, you don't want to tell certain friends or certain loved ones about like your successes and things like that, or when you're doing good. How do y'all feel about that? Because that's another way you can look at transparency, right? You can't tell
Right.
everybody everything. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when it
Right.
comes to like you said, they might, their love life might not be that good, but your shit jumping. Your husband might have did something for you, or you might have got a raise, or Maul, you might have got something. Got some. You might be cutting a certain kind of celebrity, something like that. So like, how does
Right.
that? What y'all think about that?
That's a good point.
People.
Say it again, cuz.
It sounds like you run the wrong people. Like you should be able to share your successes and shit with people. You know what I'm saying? Like without it being like no gripes, because everybody got their time. Right? Like your time, right? But then maybe 2-3 years ago, your folks maybe that's not doing well, it might be their time. I feel it's just like divine timing and everything. And I think a true friend will be happy for you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
I agree, but
get
certain
busy
people.
like that, then that means y'all ain't vibing on the same, you know what I'm saying, vibration. So I would be a little skeptical. And you
Yeah.
only gonna do it a couple times because I'm a very vigilant person. I'm very observant. So I tally up in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a
I be
lot of tallying up going on that here.
yeah. So like I tally up. So if I see stuff at a certain time and it don't feel good, sometimes depending on who it is, I'll confront you. Right? If it's dear to me, we'll have a conversation because everybody ain't worth a conversation. If
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's not to me, guess what? I just fade the black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, and it's funny that you said that. I'm glad you mentioned this because when we talking about transparency, like you said, is dimensions to it. It's not like you said always just the negative. And I have people, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, that's near and dear to me, but it's like certain moves that I'm making, or even, you know what I'm saying, whether it's an idea, whether it's, a goal, like I'll keep it to myself because like on the opposite end of the spectrum, whereas though I might not tell somebody bad news because I don't feel like they can handle it. Sometimes I feel the same way about good news with motherfuckers. Like you can't handle, you know what I mean, my abstract thought on an idea or on a goal, and you might be small minded in terms of how I view it. And I can't give you this idea because with your small minded perspective, you're going to crush it. You know what I mean? You're going to
Mm.
say you want all the negative things, and I don't need that energy embarking on this new journey or this new trail. So I can't even bring that joint to you. Not because again, I'm trying to lie to you, not because, you know what I mean, I'm trying to hide it from you. Well shit. In this instance, yeah. Like I feel like you can't handle it, and you're not going to give me the energy that I need that's going to help to support me in the direction that I'm going in. It's a motherfucker that said, look, I'm about to put some metal together, and the metal together that I'm gonna put together, I'm gonna put an engine in this motherfucker, and it's gonna carry us in the air, and we're gonna be able to put a lot of people on it, and we're gonna be able to fly in the air. Motherfuckers like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You crazy, cuz. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? So those motherfuckers, you can't even come to them with that idea. It's never been done, and it sounds completely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to have people that you feel like can handle that, or that's going to look at you and be like, you know what, man, nigga, if it can be done, you the type motherfucker that can fuck around and figure it out. Like, nigga, you fuck around and figure that shit out. You definitely been on some, you know what I mean, scientific shit or whatever. And that's how I look at transparency. Like, it's not for everybody, depending upon the situation. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy. Like what you was talking about, everybody can handle it. Because I remember, like when I first started out, I got laid off, and that's what forced me to start my business, whatever. Like just out of pure survival, man. And I was like, yo, I can make it. And my pop was like, yo, you should just try to get a job. Like, I mean, it wasn't like no real shit. It wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
bad, like what he was saying, but you know what I mean, like. That was his joint because he got to think he provided. He raised all of us on his salary. I mean, he invested. He did a lot of smart shit. But you know, times was a lot different back then. But like
Absolutely.
you know, when I definitely started out, man, my pop was like, you mean, when I was working my way through it, he was like, yo, man, you should just get a job. My brother came and said the same thing. I was like, nah, bro. And now I wish I would get a job. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like with me, but like that's why that shit just I don't know where it came from when you said that. I just remember like saying what I wanted to do and all that.
Yeah.
And you know, shit went rolling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For
Shit was
sure. For
definitely not
sure.
rolling, you know what I mean?
For
This
sure.
So
suits.
I definitely was happy when his phone rung, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
The
Yeah.
dirty plumber.
But
You know what I mean?
a lot of folk no, real shit, but a lot of people now, like me and East be talking like and I'm starting to slowly but surely get people out of my life, man. Like if I can't share my success with you like freely and openly, like without you feeling no type of way, like it ain't sound like I'm bragging. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do what you said, like you know, switch certain people around because you know they're good supporters and stuff like that. I just don't like to do that. Like I have my certain people that I tell my successes to like blindly, like you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
without just blurting it out. But certain people I just don't, and then certain people, like I said, I got away from that. I was like, I don't want to share nothing with. So that's real shit.
And it's interesting because like it's some people that they don't even really mean harm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was malicious. Your dad said get a job. It was more so like you said, like shit. Like when it happened to me, I got a job. I did decent for the family. You know what I mean? So that's
Mm-hmm.
just again, that's just his. You know, from where he is on the ladder. That's from his perspective, and he's giving you
That's
the best advice that he could give you based on his experiences. So that
right.
don't mean he got to. I'm cutting dad off, and you know what I mean. Like it's certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck that nigga. You know what
Dad,
I
they're
mean?
fucking
And
done.
all
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah. Real
it,
shit.
you
So
know,
you fucking done.
you
Get
feel
these
me?
devils out
Right?
my life.
You're done.
Yeah.
You know? No
Fuck you and
Thanksgiving,
everything you
no
stand for, my
Christmas,
nigga.
nigga. You ain't seeing these kids.
Yeah. Right.
So it ain't like that
You ain't
for
believe in me,
everybody.
nigga. Fuck out of
But
Straight up.
I think depending on the relationship and the people, you can kind of get a hunch of where they coming from. I think
Mhm.
because you got to think, hate like whoever you are, you don't really change. It always just sneaks out, right? Nobody mask fully falls off. It
Mhm.
be like little things, a little something here, a little something there. Like, and I'm like a data collector, so I just like be like, look, I'm like,
Mhm.
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 I write all that shit down. I have it all down in my head. I can write chronologically too.
Mhm.
So I think it just depends on the relationship, man. Relationship, you can know who's a hater and who just not there.
Mhm.
Pops not there, but maybe a friend that been around, y'all the same age, and y'all went y'all separate ways. You lap the nigga, that's a hater.
Mhm.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about the people and put that shit in perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you let me ask y'all a question. I know this is your platform and everything. I want to ask a question, right?
You all right, brother. Go on
No,
ahead.
but
It's
listen,
called
so
Talk
like
to
Gangsters
him.
and
Am
I'm
Friends.
just talking about like like how we talking about in this realm, right? So you guys are married, right? So when do you be transparent with your partner? Like, listen, brother, it's time for you to get a job. We've been, yeah, man, you've been dropped 6 hours shooting all these videos. You buying all these designer clothes. The motherfucking lights about to get cut off again.
he was a
And
bum.
I
He
gave
said,
you
"You're
Yeah.
time
the
to get a
bum."
job,
He
brother.
was
And
a
when do
bum.
y'all, when do you guys, you know what I mean, be transparent about that? Like, listen, I'm sick of working all these jobs so you can make these videos. When do you tell them it's time to switch it up? No, real shit. When do you tell them it's time to switch it up? Stop laughing.
Damn.
When it's time to switch it up?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. I'm
No, that's
sorry.
a good one though. That's a
That's a
good
good
one.
No,
question.
but that's real. That's what I was saying early on. Like we have to get better because the issue with us is that we're so concerned about being judged, and it's crazy because if you're in a long-term relationship with somebody, that should be way off the radar of being judged by the person that you with. If you feel like the person that you with is going to constantly keep judging you, then you don't need to be with them. And we have to be able to step up and say, I don't know how to do it. I thought I had it. I got it. I lost it. I got it again, lost it. But this time, I need your help.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is. And if you can't tell the person that you've been with for a long time, I need your help, that's a problem. Now it's time to
You with the wrong
reevaluate the
person.
relationship. Yeah, you with the wrong person because you should know that the person that you with is going to have your back no matter where you are in that moment. You can be making all these videos and using your last pennies and knowing that the light's about to get cut off or the water bill, they about to cut you off on the sidewalk, all that. You know all that. But guess what? It's better to just tell the truth than if for you to put you in your situation in a situation that is like we losing our house, we with the water cut off, you come home the lights not on, you like, yo, well, why you didn't say nothing?
But you
What's
know what?
up?
You know what's interesting though. I'm thinking about the movie. What's the joint
So it's hard out here for a pimp.
No, not that Joe. It's a Tyler Perry joint. Damn, I wish Shiz was on here. He know
I'm
the joint.
I'm
crying.
sick of Tyler Perry. He beat the
No,
black
no,
man
no.
down too much.
Listen, when
Oh,
I
he's
tell you,
terrible.
listen. This, hey, Shiz, what's the name of the movie we be looking at that, about my man that was like the scientist, but
I guarantee he slandered some black
Oh,
men.
he's talking about
he kept fucking it up and it lost
um
their house and everything.
with Taraji.
Yeah.
I
I bet.
forgot. I
Yeah, I
forgot
don't
All
what
right.
watch
it's
that.
called.
So anyway,
He
Anyway,
made a
shit,
battery or some shit, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Shiz.
and
What's the name of that movie?
he
Shiz,
felt
the
like
Tyler
he
Perry
owed
joint.
he felt like she felt like he owed her something and all this
Right,
and
right, right. But it
lost the
was to
house
me
Begin with a
and
P. Pro,
you know
pro something. Ain't it? Pro
acrimony,
something.
acrimony.
acrimony,
Oh.
acrimony, acrimony. Okay, so
I ain't listen.
it reminded me of acrimony, right? So this nigga was, you know, he was a brilliant dude for real. But he just kept fucking up. You know what I mean? Kept fucking up. They got the lights cut off. Kept fucking up. He got, you know what I'm saying, the water cut off. Kept fucking up. You know what I'm saying? They fucking around and took the house. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And you know, he was really trying his best, you know what I mean? And he knew he had something. He fucking knew it down to his core. And she believed in this nigga too, for real, for real. Everybody was calling her stupid. Everybody was saying this nigga's a bum, this, that, and the third. You know, they even gave him an opportunity. He had pride. One of the sisters' husbands gave him a job, you know, doing a little route or something like that. You know what I mean? Pick up, drop off type shit, whatever the case may be. But anyway, make a long story short, you know what I mean, through all of that turmoil, you know what I'm saying, he end up hitting, you know what I mean, and it end up working, and the nigga end up really, you know what I'm saying, coming up in a major way, you know what I mean, got rich off the idea that he was working on, that he was fucking up on for all of those years. And by that time they had gotten a divorce, you know what I mean, the wife wanted a divorce, this, that, and the third. He ended up looking out. But my thing is, you know, it's deep, because it's like sometimes you do need a person that, you know what I mean, that is going to that's going to just believe in you, you know what I'm saying, through the different challenges that you're going through. And sometimes, you know what I mean, all of those challenges can be, that's your struggle, that's your story, that's a part of, you know what I'm saying, what ends up making y'all great, you know what I mean, or what ends up being a part of that story of how you triumph through the end. Even with Tyler Perry, that nigga was sleeping in a car, you know what I'm saying, like if you go down the
We
list of a lot of
talked
successful
about it, but
people,
you got to contribute.
huh?
Fuck off. You can, we
That's what I want to say, Ma. Like, when do you say enough is enough,
yeah,
King? Like,
we
we need help.
Right.
contribute.
But that's
You
what
I
I
don't know.
said. I said
Yeah,
I
so
was
I
like
don't
when do
know.
you
saying
I
be
don't
like,
know.
yo,
I
like
get
listen,
it.
when do you be like, yo, bro, I need you. Like you see
Hmm.
look good on Instagram, but my nigga, like, we living bad. Like, come on.
Yeah,
real
Cause we
rap.
know a lot of people
That's a
like that. I mean, like
yeah.
no, and that's real life, and that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying about you can't be concerned about how the person is going to feel. Like, you know, I would rather you tell me like we having hard times and I need help, especially if you got somebody that can help you.
If
Like,
you
you know what
getting
I mean?
noticed,
Even if you
you know.
have a dream, if you have, you know, say you have this dream or whatever you're trying to do, but at least you and the person that you with are on the same page. Like, you don't want to be selling your jewelry, selling all the most expensive things you got every time you turn around. The person coming in the house like, yo, well, what happened to the fine china that we had?
Hmm.
I know we had it. You know, that was a little investment that we put to the side just in case if things got real. And then now all of a sudden it's coming up missing. You know, all the change, all just random
Yep.
stuff just
Same.
start
so
coming
when is
missing in
enough
your
enough,
crib.
Cherie? When is enough enough though? When not saying leaving, but when it's like, yo, like not even say ultimatum time, but like when is you like, listen, we gotta you have to do X, Y, Z. And I think to be truthful, I know some stories of women, but the most stories I think of, the stuff that pop my mind is like women, you know what I mean, letting the man do his thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But when it's like you call like enough enough, like when do you I mean, how do you do that? How do you be like how does that
You
conversation
gotta
go?
have you gotta have that uncomfortable conversation is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's called
And
an
when
uncomfortable conversation.
don't have it so many times either,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
When
So you gonna give me like a certain date? Like, listen, yo, bro, this joint ain't popping by 2023, January 3rd of 2023. Listen, brother, we got the, you know what I'm saying?
well, it depends. Like if somebody, you know, if somebody's starting a business that needs that's like a little grace period because it takes time to build clientele up. Given you got something good going on with a job,
Hmm.
depending on the times is not. If you could just, if you're doing something to help the team, I think that's cool. If you are like ambitious with something else, you can't just like be like Daisy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's fair to put all of that brunt on like one person. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and but that's what happened in the movie. The chick was like, "You got until, like you said, January 2023. Woo woo. If it don't work, then yeah, I mean, we got to go our separate ways, or whatever the case may be." And
Mm.
and And right after she did that, basically not too long after, it might have been months, years, whatever the case may be, that shit hit. Now the whole time she was in the ground in the mud with him, struggling, but she felt like for her she had enough. But you know what I mean? He just needed a little longer until that shit popped. And then when it popped, he looked out for her, but then she wanted to be back with him. And at that point, he had kind of moved on. That was wild though. You know
Well,
what I
he
mean?
did a notable thing. He cut her a little check. I think that was the, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
He got
I
the
think
crib back, bought the crib back that he got that they lost. You know what I mean? Got a little a will.
Yeah, but
Which, I mean,
even with that whole movie though, like he still, again, he wasn't being fully transparent about everything that he was doing either. Like when she was asking him, you know, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, he had an excuse for it. He wasn't being honest with her, so it was just like then she had to find out, you know, about certain situations. Is like, okay, well, why didn't you tell me? So you begin to get frustrated because you like, I asked you. And
Mm.
then you looked me dead in
mhm.
my face and was like, I got it. But in all reality, you didn't have it. You lost it.
Mm.
And then,
yeah.
it's
Right.
like,
Like
okay,
Calm
I
down,
get
Sheree.
like
Calm
he did.
down.
I'm
Calm down.
calm.
I'm
You know
pumping her up.
what?
That's real.
What you say, Ish?
No, because it really do sometimes be the lie. Like you just keep it a being. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
people facing them consequences, but it's going to come out and it's going to be worse. 10 times worse because you done lied and destroyed the trust. Now I got to look at you sideways every time you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think he probably want to. I don't know. I'm just thinking about like a real life example where like
Mhm.
you don't want to let your folks in, especially like a man. I mean, that's one of the things we pride ourselves on to take care of home. So some people don't know how to be like, I ain't got this shit this month, man. Like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
give me a little more
But that's
time.
why
But
I
that's why I
said,
said,
like, sometimes
Mhm.
with these roles that they portray or say that we supposed to play, that be the issue. Because like I said, you might be the type of person that's real good with finances. You might be the person that know how to get a lot of things done, and you're not a procrastinator. It's like you just gotta accept what role you really play, regardless if you're a man or a woman, and that be the issue. Because you have some people who responsible, you have some people who not responsible. They've never been responsible their whole entire life, and they knew it, but they
Yeah.
never just accepted it and admitted to whomever they're with, knowing that they're better at it than them. They don't want to say like, man, listen, I ain't even gonna front. Like, I'm not getting up on time. I be late to work every day.
mm,
Like,
And,
I'm on my final. You know what I'm saying? Like they not going to say that. Nobody is going to be transparent in that way because they don't want nobody to look at them like, well, you said, because you portraying to be somebody that you genuinely are not.
that's why you gotta be authentic, man. You,
Yeah.
you gotta have some. That's why I'm big on having just like esteem about yourself and just certain morals and things that you just like go by, and that's it. And I don't think a lot of people do that. And having to just be moving every which way, and they be in situations that they're underqualified for, and then they wonder why the shit blow up.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't keep it in with yourself, you're done. You're gonna you're done. You are because
Mhm.
you're gonna be with people in situations or things that you're not ready for, and when it's time for you to put up or shut up,
Mm-hmm. You
You
can't.
got
you
it.
it's gonna be a bad job.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Instead of being honest and like, listen, you it only, sometimes people are just faces to a lot of situations sometimes, but a lot of people don't know that because they don't know they got that person behind the scenes that just got them under control, like reading off them cards, like, listen, this is what your speech is, brother, this is what I need you to say. You're
The
the
team,
face, but I'm the, you know what I mean,
no,
I
I
run the
the
show.
team.
Yeah, like, and
That
some people don't want to admit that because they want to make it like, no, I got it. I can handle it. But you can. And that's okay.
yep.
Like,
No, that's
everybody don't need to know how you work your
Right.
program.
Operate. Mhm.
Yeah,
just
like,
don't
don't nobody got to know the operation.
They don't need to know. Just don't get too big for your britches. You got to like be on. Like you're right. Play your role. Understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing without my background. Like
Exactly.
with like jobs, right? You got every department, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
somebody a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But as a whole, it's a big company.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all hands on deck.
No, that's a fact. It's definitely a team. Everybody got a role to play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody definitely got a role to play. And I think that, that's definitely when it runs the most efficient, when y'all find out what y'all strengths and weaknesses are, you know what I'm saying? And just utilize that. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Bulls, Scott, when Jordan was playing, all Dennis Rodman had to do was grab boards. You know what I mean? Grab
Play
boards and
defense,
stick
grab boards, and
play
yeah.
defense
Uh,
and grab board. Well, you don't
uh,
gotta score one fucking point, not one. And that nigga grabbed like 20 boards. You know what I'm saying? 30 boards. Like, nigga,
No
10 boards
lies.
is a lot. You know what I mean? And that's it. And they was winning championships. So I definitely agree with that. You gotta find out what works best for your situation. You know what I'm saying? And transparency, again, that could be something that for your situation that might be vital. You know what I mean? And like I said, I keep going back to like how you was raised, because it kind of depends on what type of household you was in. You know what I mean? Some households just everything was just like, what I'm saying, put out there. Anything that was going on, everybody pretty much knew. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like how you kind of you get your energy off of, what I'm saying, just being straightforward about everything. You know what I mean?
So all of y'all believe in just being 100% transparent with whoever.
No, it's
I
all about
don't.
who. I don't think everybody deserves my transparency, but people
Mm,
near to me, I would rather keep it a buck with you.
yeah.
If
I
you're on the
think you go
outside,
further with I mean, your inner circle. It don't gotta be everybody, but I think you go so much further in life when you being more transparent about just what's going on. Like, because hiding it just don't work, man. It just don't
Not
work.
hiding. I'm just saying, just not saying every little thing. I mean,
No, it don't gotta be, no, I mean, just with every little thing sometimes. Like, every little thing might be a big thing. Is you know what I'm
true.
saying? You saying every little thing. Like, no, that little thing might be a big thing. So it's just best to, just share, depending on, who the person is. It don't have to be with everybody though.
Mm.
Of
I
course
don't,
everybody got their picks. You got
I
the
don't know.
certain
I
friends,
don't
you
know
got the
oversharing, sister.
huh?
I said I don't know about like you said, every little thing. I think that's a little bit of like oversharing. I think just pertinent information, right?
Yeah.
Things that like really do matter that maybe
Yeah.
affect you, like that's directly like around you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no, I
saying?
mean, no, because he said every little thing. I was saying like every little thing may be a big thing, but you may feel like it's a little thing that you don't want to share. But it don't have to be like, you know, oh well, I just bought this car and it's an invest. Not like it don't have to be everything, but it's like you gotta know there's some things you just have to just share and not hide it. Cause that, like I said, that person that you sharing it with may can help you or may be able to get you through whatever might be going on that you feel like, you don't necessarily really want to share
You
without
know,
being
men don't
judged.
operate like that though. Man,
Who?
that's more of a woman thing. Guys don't operate like that. I notice with guys, 'cause I hang around so many of them, they pick and choose.
I know.
They pick and choose. Like, but most of my friends, like, I typically know what's going on because I know, like, when their voices change, I know when certain stuff, like, I can look at them, get into them. I'll be like, yeah, something going on. And then
Mm.
something like, all right, well, I'll just wait till they, like, ready to talk. And then I'll see them, like, a couple days later, whatever. We'll talk, like, yo, what's going on? But see, me, I know my friends. I don't have that many of them. So, like, I
Hmm.
know when something going on, and then we'll wind up having a conversation and it'd be like what I thought. So sometimes I just like give them the floor. But if they don't want to say nothing, a lot of times you ain't really gotta say nothing to me because I 9 times out of 10 I already know what's going on anyway.
She talking to you,
So,
Scott, right now.
so just say like you and Jamal, y'all married, right? And Maul got an idea, or just Maul. I know y'all Maul just say just Maul just take some money. I'm gonna say Cherie, fuck that, because Maul is always getting beat up on this show. Just say Cherie, right? Marvy get lashed, man. Damn, you feeling bad for my brothers and niggas. God damn, Cherie. Just say like,
Shut
just
up.
say like Cherie take, you know, some money she wasn't supposed to, or like from y'all joint account or something like that, and put it into something, right? Like, I know it affects both of y'all if it works out. You know what I'm saying? But if it doesn't work out, like, I know she's supposed to say something, but like, how does that like work? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Like, would you feel like her? Not, I'm just saying that, like, you know, just say she took a couple
He
thousand. Like, it
went
didn't really
out.
hurt y'all, but like, how would that work?
No, like, you know, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not big on transparency in terms of like, I don't feel like I have to, like, if I'm rocking with you, you know what I mean? I, I don't feel like I need to micromanage our relationship. Like, if there's a certain amount of trust there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already
Cause your
Nah.
mama.
anticipating that you making a
I know
decision.
most guys
And
like we
and
shoot from the hip.
He's shooting for the hip.
yeah, but no,
Yeah, we just we when
but
we
for
see
me,
something, we just go for it. Like, you know what I mean, like,
no, but
um,
see, for me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm already going to know that, you know what I'm saying? This person that I got in this position is going to make a decision that's in our best interest. And sometimes that shit ain't going to work. You know what I mean? We done been in situations where, you know what I mean? We put a play together, you know what I'm saying? It might not have worked or whatever like that. And, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, that's just the game. I feel like I got to be big enough to be able to accept and bounce back from, you know what I mean, situations like that, because that's just life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I mean, I've been there. We might have had a conversation about it, but you don't got to tell me every little thing, because that's just not my character to tell anybody every little thing. That's just not, you know what I'm saying, my personal character, you know what I mean? So I don't really expect that from other people. If it's something that we feel like is pertinent or whatever, cool. But like, just a lot of little stuff is, to me, is not, you know what I mean? It ain't. It's not a big deal.
He wouldn't know.
you
But
want to
yeah,
say
but
that? You want to
that's
tell him,
what I'm saying.
Cherie?
She do it anyway.
Oh,
He wouldn't know.
You know what I mean. I don't.
I can take it,
No,
put it back. He wouldn't know. It's like, no, I'm playing.
Mm.
I mean, I
no,
think I
I
would
don't.
though, because for me, with money is a little bit different. You know,
mm-hmm.
I'm a little more, you know, mindful of like money. So I think I would. I don't think I would do it without him knowing.
You do it all the time.
Don't do that. No, I don't. Now you, on the other hand, now don't
Rel-
save your friends, because he be trying it. He be trying
He be trying what?
it.
Leave it
Trying what?
alone,
Got
Maul. Throw the
waving the
well,
white
towel in, brother.
flag.
I think
Throw
what
the towel in, brother. Leave it alone. Real
kind of like,
shit. Leave it alone, man.
No, I'm gonna leave it alone, because everybody can't
Yeah.
take the truth. You know what I mean?
Uh, take the truth for what? I just said you wouldn't. Like, take the truth for what?
No,
What do you
I'm
mean,
just
brother?
where that
I'm
flag.
about to say, now
Where that
you
flag
better
at,
cut it
Scott?
out.
Where that flag at, Scott?
Jamal will jump
Wave
off
that
the
flag.
cliff and build the parachute on the way down.
That's
Okay?
what we do though. That's what a lot of guys do.
No,
I
no.
think couples, like I said, like that's what I want to do. Like if we have like a joint account, I think it needs to be rules set around that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that needs to be a conversation up front. Cause I'll tell you, case in point or whatever, right? I considered getting a joint account when I was like dealing with somebody one time, and the universe saved the shit out of me, right? Cause let me tell you, you know that this real rap, because you got to understand who you're dealing with. So this motherfucker, I no names, but I had police and fire, so they wanted to get with the credit union. I was like, all right, I got you. Boom. I'll get you signed up. We could do like a little situation, whatever, 1 2 1 2. Goes to the motherfucking bank. What's the motherfucking joint when the people be like overdrafting their accounts and then you
Mm-hmm.
can't even open a motherfucking account?
Mm-hmm.
Scammers.
No, it
No,
wasn't like
they be owing. You be owing the bank because you
you. I
overdrafting each
forgot
other.
that what the joint is called. Motherfucker, you knew that you owed them banks some money, right? So I was just like, yo, I was heated, but in my mind, I'm like, thank you so much, because everybody operate different with money. So I say if you can put some bread together, like with your spouse, significant other, or whatever, I think it just needs to be like rules centered around that. So guess what? We ain't having no hiccups, and if you do something without consulting one another, then you out of bounds because you already know it was already boundary set.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Because
learned that it's so crazy about joint accounts. I just learned that the other day. Me and Reese did something together, and when we was talking to the thing at the joint account, I'm like, yeah, so we both got to sign it. It's like, no, y'all got a joint account. Ain't nobody got to sign. If this person come, he can get the money. You come, you can get the money. I'm
Uh,
like, damn.
but they like, we
He
ain't
was
getting
like,
rid of it, basically.
yeah, he basically was saying, he's like, it's one guy, he called the bank, and he was like, he's like, my wife is coming in, she don't let her draw the money out. They said he got there like a half hour later. She took the bread and slid. They said they couldn't do nothing because she
Yeah.
on
Because her
that
name
account.
was on the account.
And they can't tell her that she can't pull from her own account.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a joint
Yeah.
account, you're done.
Yeah.
that's why I'll bring it back to that point. You gotta just like know who you deal with. Everybody's not good with money.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? That's why that type of stuff takes a while to get to, so you can really know who people are, so the mask can fall off and you can peel back them layers, man, because a lot of motherfuckers is imposters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They get you together, especially them con artists. A lot of
Indeed.
That's true.
like I told you,
Watch them skeezers, Scott.
the
Your sweetness is my weakness, you hear me?
Watch them skeezers, Scott.
man, she knew she owed them people that money. We went all the way to the bank. This the gag. Went all the way to the bank, sitting with them folks, and you know damn well you owe that money.
So they said that in front of you?
They said it in front of me. I said,
Wow.
why that let me go here?
She was
Bro, I learned so many life lessons. I don't trust a motherfucking soul, but you better prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
Damn, that was some transparency for you.
That's some real. This happened maybe 7 years ago, something like that. I'm just like, yo, you weird as shit, but that take a lot. What type of person are you to know that? Go all the way through with a process. You sitting down talking to these motherfuckers, and they got to come to you, be the bearer of bad news. Listen, we can't open this account. Your old extra money. You better call these folks up because you know all the banks got a whole system to let you know.
Yeah.
Old money. They sound their alarm. So you got to be a different person to even just go through that type of transaction, knowing you already owe somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You different, because you know if you don't forget nothing, if you don't remember nothing else, you remember where you owe, motherfucker.
So that was a good job for your relationship. Period.
Yeah.
That let you was dealing with, period.
Listen, if somebody with you and they don't got a bank account and they don't got ID, like those are the signs there already. Because there's grown people that still cashing their checks at a check cashing place. They don't got IDs. They don't have, like I said, bank accounts. They using Cash App all the time. You're like, what? Now, come on now. Like, what else? How old are you?
Yeah.
What about people that don't? What about girls that don't have their kids or guys that don't take care of their kids or don't never have their kids?
Wow, transparency on that. How about that?
That's another thing, man. Like Maul, as far as like with men, like especially from like your homeboys, like when you hear about they be deadbeats or something like that, like how that conversation go? You feel what I'm saying? I was told like if a man don't take care of his kids, he ain't gonna never F with you for real. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woman, I don't trust no woman that don't have their children. I stopped talking to somebody.
Wow.
That didn't have their children, because a woman, you gotta think, women are nurturing. I don't care if you like call yourself hard, whatever. Women are nurturing. That's like in our DNA, right? So for you to birth something, a little person, or like a mini, for 9 months, like really carry this motherfucker, and you don't have them, and you okay with that, you different.
Wow.
You had to throw the flag in, East. You had to throw the flag in. It was getting late.
You different.
Wow. That's deep.
You had to throw it in.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's real rap. I think that's like some personality stuff right there. That's like some.
I don't know if I ever had any friends that was deadbeats.
You don't be knowing. A lot of people don't be knowing. You just be seeing what they put on the gram. not saying close friends, more like nigga you might be cool with, go out whoop whoop, but
But
yeah,
I mean,
man.
honestly, when it come to that, like I don't really completely like fully be like you can't go off of like what people say about what I mean people with their kids because it be three sides to every story with that John. Like I already know how that go. It be a motherfucker that you know what I'm saying like it be a lot of personal shit going on when it comes to like custody of kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't really I don't be getting involved in people's shit when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Especially it be in the shit that be tripping me out. I done seen motherfuckers called deadbeats with their own kids, but then, you know what I'm saying, they'll be in a relationship and be a great dad with somebody else's kids. And I'm like, well damn, like why is it that they, can be good parents to, you know what I'm saying, to somebody's kids that's not even theirs? Ain't no reason why they would not want to be a good parent to their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's stopping that? And a lot of times, it'd be personal stuff that be involved. So it don't always be that cut and dry. There's a lot of motherfuckers now that's grown as adults that hate their dad and don't even know the relationship or what was going on behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, with your dad and, your mom and stuff like that. It'd be a lot of personal. Sometimes it'd be moms that done hid the fact that, you know what I'm saying, somebody was the dad, lies said it was another dad. Like it'd be all kind of shit going on. So I don't really what I'm saying? Be like,
Well,
it's
I
hard
get
to
into that
start.
with women. No,
Yeah,
with
I think
guys,
that is kind of weird if a woman who
with
birth
women,
children don't
yeah,
have them.
But
I
no,
think
that part, I
yeah,
get that, cause,
that
cause,
could be a sticky situation with
And then
guys.
they keep having kids too. They
That's what
keep
I'm saying.
having them.
And I'm like, yo,
Like they
y'all.
have other children that you wouldn't know nothing about, but they keep making more children and they'll make it like this is just their only kids, but they be having other children.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people
yeah,
that do that, and it's like, how do you do that? Like they just feel like, oh, I can start over. They all right. I'm
yeah.
starting over. This is new.
I think for women, that's like really like weird to me. With guys, I get the situation because sometimes y'all have like bitter baby moms. It just be like a
Mm-hmm.
whole like rigmarole with guys. So I think that's a more like a more tender situation. And like I said, just getting to know people. You talk to them. You could pick up like little cues. You can pick up little stuff. You could tell it's like drama. You could tell boy just pump fake. Like you can get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a little time.
Yeah.
That's it. You had some good questions, Scott. Look at you using that
yeah,
brain.
that, you on your joint tonight, boy. You know what I'm saying? All right, so another point of transparency. Oh shit, like, I was gonna say like,
Another point of transparency.
yeah, because
For
we
me,
did money, we did, you know what I'm
what
saying?
about hygiene? You know what I'm saying? What about health?
Mm,
Mm.
that's
You
a
know what I'm
And
good
a
saying?
point.
lot of people do. A lot of people are very secretive
Sister,
when it
your
comes to
ass
health.
stink.
Mm,
No,
mm.
I do.
I, I gotta throw the
That's
book at you, brother. Like,
that's
Crazy.
a joke.
Um, I look in like people medicine cabinets. Like if I'm dealing with them on that tip, like I be looking at medicine cabinets.
Like the
No, real.
esthetician said,
No,
"Oh my
seriously, like your
goodness,
health,
ay
man, your health and your
caramba."
hygiene, man. That's a
yo,
big one too,
something is
bro.
wrong with you, brother. Something
You gotta be able to say, listen, it's time, sister or brother. Listen, it's time.
like this is
Mm.
you.
It's time to start walking.
Pretty exotic right here. You did
It's
right.
time to start
This
walking.
is
Uh,
I don't know. I feel like
hey
sometimes
Scott, so what would you do if you know what I'm saying if you had a chick or whatever like that, you was really
you
digging
better
it,
tell the truth too.
you was
sister.
really digging
This,
it, you know what I mean?
Man, we have to make mistakes.
sister. This is
But she
you.
had like a consistent twang, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we gotta have a chat.
I'm
We're
not
gonna
a
have to have a
chat.
chat. I'm gonna just say it nice. I'm gonna say it nice. I'm
We
gonna say
need
it
to
nice.
talk, sister.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it nice.
Because
I'm
guys,
gonna,
to maintain our hygiene is kind of simple. We got Audis, so it's like you can clean that sucker off and you know what I mean get up out the
No,
room. But
no,
Yep.
that's not
y'all got
true.
pH
Where,
That
balances and
is
stuff
not
like
yep.
that.
true. Men
We ain't got no
stink.
pH balances.
I need y'all to
Where
stop.
you having
I'm just saying.
dingleberries, people. Love it.
Cherie, we're being transparent right now, sister. Y'all got a whole lot of
I
shit
am
going
being
transparent.
transparent.
Yeah.
I'm
I
right.
Y'all
know
can
with women,
motherfucking
Let me
Use
tell
the
y'all
wrong
They got
something.
all
deodorant. That
kind of
I
process
need
flat.
look
y'all
like
to know
motherfucking
that y'all
flames,
are
man.
raunchy too. Okay.
But you know, we be nasty on purpose. That's a nigga shit.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't go back
like
to
we be
They
doing
said
shit on
no, them
purpose.
balls stink.
Buddy Balls. Yep.
Nick, them
Listen,
balls be balling, huh?
listen. Bowling. We fly high,
Literally, like
no lie. You know it.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean,
listen,
we can do
the
that
men
shit. No,
Yeah.
y'all
no,
can't.
because
No,
you
y'all
Sheree,
got
can't
some
go
y'all
out
can,
like
y'all
that.
people
listen, Sheree,
who
y'all can wear the wrong drawers. Y'all can use change
Anything.
some fucking
We be tore up.
soap powder or
Lotion,
some
I
shit like
soap.
that.
know,
I'm older shit on soap powder. You know, some detergent.
Yeah.
I
Next thing you know, that
know.
joint whamming.
How you eating? What you
Yeah,
eating?
there you
Yep.
go.
Listen,
All that.
I know, I don't disagree with that. That is true, but I'm just saying that men definitely be having a twang too. Okay.
Ain't nothing with
So if
some
it's
little
consistent,
salty,
what do you say
with
to the
some
brother?
salty
If it's
You
balls.
said, what
so,
do you
what
say to a
man you know
brother?
wash them nuts? You wash them nuts good and it smell like motherfucking underarms. It stank. What you gonna tell me?
Well, what if she wearing natural deodorant?
No.
What?
Whoa. I guess I see you
She
next
got
month
washed up.
time.
I'm
You
keeping it.
got what?
Well, you better wash it. But just to make them take a shower before you get in the
I
bed.
said,
Because no,
sister,
some
put a
people
little powder under it. Let's put a little powder under it
Not
next time
powder.
before you come through.
say, just give her cancer. Just give her cancer.
Put some
Damn,
Johnson and
powder.
Johnson
Okay,
in there.
okay.
Just give her cancer, man. Damn.
Cancer.
But
No,
no,
you know
no,
people be
serious.
wearing.
Like on a serious note, besides older though, I feel like a lot of people are not transparent about just their health in general.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Where they are with just health, like they don't say like they having issues and things like that. Because I mean, for women, we go to the doctors on a consistent basis, but you men, we are y'all doctors. Okay, I'm just
True
saying.
story. That's
She
real.
don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. But
Yo,
True story.
what
that
kind of goddamn guide is that?
that
Listen,
Hey,
no,
listen,
no,
Ma,
no,
men
no, no.
are
you
really
got
like
you
that.
work in a barbershop, nigga.
I
Come
know
on
what it
now.
is.
You
You
work in a
got men
barbershop.
Shit,
Listen,
who
I
have
don't
know what
never
it
been
is.
to the doctors. Okay, they don't even know how to make a doctor's appointment.
Nigga, that shit be
garbage.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
You
no,
be
that's true
like,
though.
what?
We
They
was
ain't
actually
had a
working
doctor's
on.
appointment since the last girlfriend they was with. They like,
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. Last time I checked, I was good because so and so, she was
Wow.
good. So,
Ma,
yeah,
you
I
funny
think
doing
I'm
some
cool.
wild.
I think I think I'm cool. You know, but no, that really, like, I'm not trying not to be,
Wow.
but that's
How
real with
about
men.
that? Transparency on
Men,
that tip.
men
Mm-hmm.
really don't
Damn.
go to the doctors.
You got a slow leak.
Fuck
You
y'all be doing.
Mm.
got
Nasty.
a leaky
And
pipe.
men have that they carry bacterias and things like that that they actually give to the women, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
blame it on the woman, but they don't know because they don't go to the doctors.
Sister, your pH was off when I met you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You
Exactly.
causing a pH off
Okay,
that bad
Exactly.
cause
vibe.
the pH to be off.
I'm being
Cause,
transparent. That shit smell like motherfucking onions the first day, okay?
Fix
'cause
it
guess
up.
Don't blame me
what?
for that.
Guess
Uh-huh.
what? Cause that wang was smelling like
Yeah, that be y'all dirty.
Mm.
okay. You
Don't walk
Kids
shooting,
go,
around with it though.
you shooting
Dip that
shittles out
thing.
there, my brother. Like, come on
You got
now.
the squash,
Like y'all throw
squash.
us off.
What Martin said, squash,
yeah, silent.
squash.
Silent, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it ain't
Mm.
always us. It's like,
It is called
listen,
No,
y'all, like
folks
they
do be like,
gotta
yeah,
get it
yeah.
together. They gotta get it together. Listen,
get
it's
that cow
real.
gun.
You gotta
I
actually
mean,
their wife from back to the front. Damn. Mm.
Yeah, some people
Every
don't
adult
lie.
should have in the crib anyway.
that's erotic boudoir. She said you got it ass right from the back to the front. Yo,
Mm.
dang.
Yeah,
I would
listen.
say front to back.
Yeah,
Ping
okay.
ping pow. You know what I mean? Front to back.
I
And
mean,
have
you'd be surprised. Some people don't know. Again, that come from how they were raised. They may not know or understand. And again, you're being secretive. You don't want to talk to nobody. You yell, acting all like you got everything under
girls,
control.
girls be having the powwows.
I
Girls.
Yeah.
think I think women vagina, you can tell when it's stink. Your breath, you can't tell, but your vagina,
What? Now that breath now, you better stop it.
you can't tell when your breath stink.
What?
Because you
With
walk
your
around with
breath?
You
can't
can't tell.
You can't tell that your breath stink?
I like lick my hand and smell like shit.
have an
Oh,
idea.
other than that, that's like talking and shit.
First of
No, just like talking, I don't think you can tell.
Yes, you can, because that air that you blow out, your ass can smell under that lip.
No, you can't, Sheree. You sick. You think them people with halitosis know that shit whamming? And they all close
Yeah,
talking
they
to you like,
know.
hey, Sheree.
They
You
probably
know
Like,
they
what
got
the
a bad one in the back.
fuck? Huh?
oh man.
I be wondering about that. Like, you don't
They
know.
got a bad one in the back. They know.
No, dog. I don't think you
No,
know.
my,
That's why you gotta be
Got a
transparent
bad
as their friend.
finger.
Tap on
Yes.
their shoulder, like, listen, King, get some
No,
mint.
no, you're lying.
Back.
You're lying.
they need to buy.
Me?
You're
No,
lying.
that's what I'm saying. If you know you got a bad tooth back there, you're lying. You know that shit ain't right.
Hello? Okay. You know that breath ain't right. I don't care how
Yeah.
much you brush. I don't care how much you floss. I don't care how much Listerine. You know
No,
that breath
man.
stink.
You
Can't
gotta
do
have
nothing.
somebody tell you.
Got to go see
No.
the shit, brother.
No, I'm not trying to hear all that. Like, you know. I don't care what nobody, you know.
Yeah, it be that steak. Yeah,
Yeah, that shit a
no,
little different. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
that's
So
what
if that
That's
vagina
different.
busting, you don't think the women know?
they
Yeah,
be
they
asking.
know.
Well, sometimes I don't know, because you know women, like sometimes when we eat
Here we
that shit,
go. Here we go.
it come out your vagina. It do.
Listen, we know.
I
It's
Leave
get
the
just
room
mine.
and
that
come back and sniff it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You gotta
you
be.
know, you know. You just try to ignore it. And it's the same thing with somebody with funky breath. You know that breath stink.
I don't know.
But soak
You
that
no, listen. Sometimes,
ass.
listen, y'all. Sometimes it's not soaking that ass. It's take that ass
Oh,
to the doctors because you got some
yeah.
other shit. Because it
Oh well.
still stink after the fact you washed it.
She said so.
Oh,
Now guy with
oh
the
that's order.
the
That
I
shit
box.
can't.
out of
Yeah,
Oh,
that's different.
that's complicated.
No, it's not complicated. You got listen. That's where the transparency comes. Somebody got to stand up and be a friend or be honest with you. You
But they
can't
need to be
allow somebody to keep, huh?
they need to be honest with themselves. If it smell that bad, like a twang and like your shit, that's two different things.
Yeah, no,
That's two
listen.
different things.
We know, like if it's a constant smell, no matter how much you bathe, no matter how much perfume you put on,
Yeah, I
as
order.
soon as you take them pants down,
Yeah,
okay, the twang is there.
Mm.
yeah. Whatever. Yeah, they need to go to the doctors now.
That's why I said it
You got
don't have nothing to do with washing. They need to
Or
go
get rid
see
of them.
Dr.
Niggas.
Phil.
you if you.
That nigga was-
Yeah, I mean,
he come through, spread that bad stuff.
Listen,
So
it's
look, so
like
so so
somebody
this
just
this so when
huh?
you so that's what I want to know. So how do you do like far as the health tip? Like I know we was talking about like sex and shit like that, but like when it's time to like maybe even like go to the gym or like do whatever. How do you like have that kind of conversation? You think that's like one of them things on your own? Like if you're not happy with how your partner look, how do you tell them? Be transparent about that.
I don't
Mine,
know, Jamal.
I said, I said,
How do you tell your wife that she's fat? Cause I know,
what you mean?
nigga, you heard
This
me.
nigga Maul is sick.
my
What you mean?
check.
He
Everybody else,
always be trying. What you mean? Don't play.
Hey,
I think
Mom, my dad always told me a nigga that say hi can hear. You hear me?
Okay, hello. And you hang your hair.
Yeah, that's it, beloved.
Okay, beloved, you
What you
hang your
mean?
hair.
ask them to go. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to say, babe, like you fat, because everybody can't take that, right?
Yeah.
So say, like, babe, come on, let's go to the gym. Let's go spend some time. Let's do this together. More like a coaching situation where it feels more comfortable versus lashing somebody because you call them fat, then that's a whole different argument. Now you getting out of going to the gym and I'm going to be unhappy with you. So I think it's just all in the approach.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the going together thing. I like that.
I
I work out with
agree.
you and all that shit.
Turn it into like a little bonding situation.
I agree. But
Hey,
I
boo,
just
come
want to
with
say,
me.
you guys, one sec, that we are going live next, live in person next Wednesday, y'all. We got a great panel. This time is like all different age groups. So if y'all ain't get y'all ticket, the link is in my bio right now to purchase a
Get
ticket. You need a
the link.
ticket to get in. I
And
don't care who you think you know. You're not getting in without buying the ticket. Period.
Okay, thank you. The
Yeah.
Uh,
ticket is just for entry. Does it come with like some free glizzies or some
no, no,
shots,
sir,
liquor,
no,
nothing?
sir.
You just bring
It's
the glizzy. Rick exotic.
they do have. There will be a bar that you can buy your own drinks and your own food.
We gotta know what's going on, Sheree. That's all. I'm just asking questions. I know somebody in this audience is wondering what's going on. So you
Of
know.
course, everybody's always wondering,
I
but
just
the link is in my bio with all the information. You can purchase a ticket. And there will be food and drinks there for purchase.
so what we gonna talk about? What we gonna do? Some people never, they don't really didn't know
So
about.
the last time it was an open discussion, and I mean it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had
This
a good
time
time.
around, huh?
Yeah, I said we had a good time.
Yeah, it was
we
a
had a
great
time
time.
that
Huh?
I said we had a time that night.
Oh yes, we did. So this time I actually did the panel based off like age groups, just so people can get an understanding of where people are in life, just at the age that they are. So I have people that's between the age of 20 and 25. I have people that's 30 and 35, and then I have people that are 40 and 45. So you'll get the aspect from their ages that they are in life. And everybody, I'm sure, is going to be saying totally different things and where they at in life. So this is going to be great. Um, as far as the discussions, I still feel like an open discussion is good for me. So whatever you choose to talk about. Um, but yeah,
Can I say one thing, Sheree?
sure, brother, help
You
yourself.
kept saying you and not y'all. That's it.
How are you, yo?
Yeah, you
What?
said no. You saying me and Jamal.
Oh,
You kept saying
yeah.
I. You feel me?
Oh.
Yeah.
You excluded the black man. That's all I
I
wanted to
didn't
Mm-hmm.
say.
exclude the black
I
man.
I
I
want to
just told you
interject.
I'm behind the scenes and he's the face. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Now,
Nick said no 45 and up allowed.
on topics though, so you can like steer it so people can like be like just a little like direct and not over the place all over. At
hmm
least just like a couple of them, then you can like open it up. Just a suggestion.
no, somebody else said that, but I just was trying to figure out exactly what to talk about. So,
You already
I'm
know what to
open.
talk about. You know what to talk about. You got 15 episodes that y'all done did. Let's just use them same things because these things you always gonna be able to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah, yeah. Damn, you got a point. Damn, you on a roll tonight, Scott.
Real shit. Because it's different in person. It's gonna be a different group of people there. And you
Yeah.
know, some people just watch y'all. They probably come in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you
that's
know,
true.
last time that lady, her arm was fucked up. She, come on, miss,
Brother,
man. It was jumping.
Mr. Inappropriate.
Yes, it definitely
Yo,
it definitely was a good joint. I hope
Yeah,
everybody's able to come out and just sit in because it's great conversation with great people, great atmosphere. And we
Some free
definitely appreciate
therapy, man. Get some free therapy. Come on out, get some free
yeah,
therapy.
45
exactly.
out, absolutely. We want to get the perspective, you know what I'm saying? Just from all our people, man. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
because we got stuff that's, under, we 45 and up, we 50 and up, we 60 and up, and we still got, you know what I'm saying, unresolved relationship, questions.
Issues. Yeah.
We really don't, we don't fully have it. So the more we have that dialogue, the better we can do to make it to where as though the 25 and unders can have a better perspective. So they ain't in a 45 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, not having a, like not being where they want to be relationship wise. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
need all
bro.
input. We need all, heads on deck in terms of just having some discussion that we can kind of draw. Because like for me, I like to have resolution. I like to have, at least like a game plan. So when we having these discussions, I like to, draw. I like to have intellectual conversations, but then I like to feel like I walked away with like a better understanding of something, even if we don't agree. But yo, Jay, what up? Even if we don't agree,
He had to
but
try.
getting a understanding a perspective, you know. And I think a few times we've been on lives or even in person, and I gained a better perspective of how women see certain things, you know. And I'm like, man, that's deep. Like y'all really feel like that, like you know what I mean? Because we might feel another way, and it can help
Your
y'all
phone's breaking up, Jamal.
Yeah, it's done.
understand y'all, so we
Jamal phone fuck up every episode, man. Okay.
damn, it's doing it
We
again.
about to start a GoFundMe, Jamal. God damn.
Get him on
Every
that
Mine
Wi-Fi.
is
episode, this
official
nigga conk
still.
out. God damn, Jamal.
Get him on that
It's
Wi-Fi.
still breaking up.
Yeah, not now,
Damn.
but
We being transparent with you, Jamal. God damn. When is enough enough?
Damn, I had to take the Wi-Fi joint off and shit. I think that was it. But anyway, y'all motherfuckers come on out. That's what it is.
yes, because I
It
just
was
feel
good
like
on.
it's always good to hear different perspectives, and we don't know it all, and we don't all got it all. So it's always good to get advice from someone else. You never know where it can really take you, no matter how old they are. Because I know a lot of people feel like the young folk can't tell you nothing, the old people can't tell you nothing, and then you go in there and learn something.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, man, like about a group like that you don't know nobody is going to kind of sort of be neutral. Of course, the women gonna click up, the guys gonna click up a little bit, but when you throw some real shit in the air, some people gonna give you some how they really feel. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like a neutral situation. You know what I mean? It's neutral, so you can see which way you should sway from, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's just always good. It's good information. And I think we all, can use it in some way, shape, or form. So that's why, just we try to make sure like that it's just a mixture. I don't want it to seem like it is a man against a woman and all that other stuff like that. Try to get away from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the age group thing makes it a little more balanced.
What's your ages again, Sheree, before we get out of here?
20 to 25, which I actually need a 30 to 35-year-old woman. Nobody never got back to me. Y'all be acting too cute out here. But I have a 20 to 25-year-old man and woman, a 30 to 35-year-old man, which I still need a 30 to 35-year-old woman, and a 40 to 45-year-old man and woman I have. All right, you guys send me a picture.
So y'all need a 30 to 35-year-old woman.
Yeah, 30 to 35-year-old woman. I need one.
We took
Y'all need.
We need.
Yes, thank you, Sheree.
Oh
My
my
job is done.
gosh.
right.
My job is done.
No, your job is not
He's
done, brother.
trying.
Listen, this is my job, okay? He is the face. How many times we already talked about this early on in an episode, my brother?
I'm just grabbing them out, Sheree. That's it.
That's it.
I'm grabbing them out.
That's it.
It ain't personal. It's business.
I'm just grabbing them out, sister. That's all. You know what I mean? Protecting the brand.
I'm definitely protecting the brand, big time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No, it was good
But
vibe.
no,
It was good
yeah, but
vibe.
it's definitely a good atmosphere. And if you haven't purchased the ticket yet, please click the link in my bio. And if you missed this episode tonight, you can go to our YouTube channel. That's the Davises and Friends. And also you can download us on the Apple Podcast and you can listen to us audio style.
Dope.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't have a clubhouse.
We finna wrap it up. That wouldn't be a bad. I ain't even. Is Clubhouse still doing it like that? I think they is still doing it like that. You been on some Clubhouses, Keith?
Nah, brother, I haven't been in a while, brother. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was booming for a little bit, and then it seemed like out of nowhere, it just kind of like.
Them niggas used to be frauding too much, bro.
Yeah.
That's why.
Up there. Well, you gonna have fraud. You gonna have people from fraud and Allegheny everywhere, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a part of it. You just gotta click up with the right people.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember everybody was excited about that joint, hopping in rooms, real estate, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Then I started to notice
Real
people
or fake
in rooms,
so you know.
and I'm like these motherfuckers is giving advice, like stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of them. But
I appreciate y'all for
way,
having me tonight. Thank you, Sheree. Thank you, Jamal.
I know.
Appreciate y'all.
Turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll see y'all next Wednesday.
yes,
We'll be live in
yes.
person All the
guys.
information is in my bio, y'all. Click the link in the bio. Purchase your ticket today. You can't get in without it. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday, October 26th. The live will be from 7 to 9, actually, because it's live in person. We do an hour early. So 7 to 9. See you there. Beat me there. Got that?
Booyah.
Real.
All right.
Good
I'm in
night,
there.
good night.
I'm in there in the morning, Jay.
I don't never get no invites, Ma, but it's okay.
Come on, come through tomorrow. Stay young.
Cut
Boy,
it
You
out.
at the gym.
this
Want some
boy
real
mama
shit?
telling me to
I'm
come
gonna inbox
through.
you the information.
Hey, Cherie, I know we're gonna get out of here, right? But you ever feel like, you know how them kids be like, yo, I'm waiting for my dad to come. He get his bag ready.
Come
He's
on,
sitting there
man.
waiting for his
Stop that.
dad.
Stop
This
that.
how I
Chill.
feel every time this
Chill.
motherfucker
Chill.
tells me, yo, bro, I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Chill. What
I
you
got
doing tomorrow morning?
PTSD, man. I'm going to sleep, man. Good night, man.
What
Good
you
night.
doing tomorrow morning, man? See, this is exactly why you don't get the invite.
Y'all.